Hello, it is Tyrese Who Doesn't Read here with a very, very unfitting name. Today, we are going to talk about The Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. Yes, The Hunger Games, one of the first books I actually read cover to cover. This Let's Talk might not be as good because I finished this a while ago, so moving on. I have a few questions on how I'm going to do these Let's Talks. First off is, who was my favorite character and why? Well, my favorite character actually isn't one of the main characters. It's actually perceived as the villain, and that would be Clove, the girl from District 4, and because one, I just thought she was just amazing in this book, and in the movie, Isabelle Fuhrman did a fantastic job of being her, because, okay, Isabelle Fuhrman is also very beautiful, and she was just really badass and everything. It was really, really good. Next question is a setting. The story takes place in a futuristic, I guess kind of a post-apocalyptic, but not really apocalyptic, more like a war has just happened. And it's like futuristic, but it's pretty much a post-war kind of futuristic kind of setting, but at the beginning it takes place in District 12, which has no technology. And it's pretty much a setback in technology, so it's the future, but it's not quite the future, if you know what I mean. Later in the book, they go into the game, which takes place in the capital, and that is basically the city. It's all futuristic and stuff. There's I'm assuming there'd be flying cars and all that, but it's supposed to be where all the rich, pretty much all the rich people live, and they don't have to work for anything. Okay, if I could change one thing about this book, one thing only. Well, there's one that I would change, but that would just completely alter the entire book. Well, I would probably want it to keep at the end how they give each other the berries, and there's oh, you can only have one victor now, and they're oh no, we gotta eat the berries, we gotta eat the fruit together, and then we'll both die, and then they won't have a victor. And he's wait, stop. We're Katniss dropped the F. We have to have a victor, so you both win. No, I wish that Katniss would have just shot Peter through the heart, and he would have died, and then she would have got together with Gale. Next question is, what is the funniest part of this book? I think the funniest part of this book is in the beginning with, let me see if I can find the name. Buttercup, Prim's cat. I thought that was so funny how she hated the cat, and the cat was so evil and mean to Katniss, but to no one else. And I just thought that was, just a great touch into the world that they had. So that was probably the funniest part of the book for me, even though there's a lot more funny parts in there. Next is the saddest part of the book. Probably the saddest part of the book, where the little girl, the character Rue, dies, and I guess this one doesn't count as a spoiler because everyone has to die. No, you have to die. The Hunger Games. Oh, well, the berries, that was a spoiler. The most suspenseful part, well, the next one is the most suspenseful part, and that one is the easy one. That was the bloodbath scene in the beginning by the cornucopia. And that was probably the most suspenseful scene. And also in the movie, I love how they had no music or anything. That was the most intense scene in the movie ever. I was oh my god. In the pit of my stomach, I could feel something churning. Because I didn't really care that they were all gonna die until that point. Okay, the next one is, are there any characters in this story that are similar to anyone in real life who I know? Well, I would have to say no. Not at all. Next question is, if you could be best friends with someone in the book, who would it be? I would want to be best friends with Hamish Abernathy. I don't know why, I just think he's awesome, even though he's always just drunk. I just think he's really cool. Next question is, would I recommend this book to a friend or my viewers? My viewers, Hunger Games by Suzanne Collins. If you haven't read it yet, or you have been living under a rock this whole time, well, I don't think you can get much internet under a rock, so you wouldn't be watching this video. But anyway, if you have not read this book, go out and go read it now. Okay, so that was a basic synopsis, talking questions. Now, yeah, I'm wearing this shirt inside out. I just noticed that. So, yeah, if this is your favorite video, go ahead and favorite it. If you like this video, go ahead and like it. If you want your friends to, go ahead and share it. If you want to see the rest of my videos, why not subscribe? This is Harris, who does read, but talks really fast, signing off. Bye!